Vice President of Colombia, Francia Marquez, arrives Abuja for a 3-day official visit. Rivers State awaits declaration of results of local government election in 23 local council areas. Interior Ministry retreat closes with performance contract, signaling both trusts and expectation. Good evening. You're on to the late evening news at 11 on NTA News 24. We're reaching you live in Abuja. I am Comfort Fashion. Election results across the 23 local government areas of Rivers State are being weighted as sorting of ballots and counting of votes peacefully held amidst low turnout. Kingsley Amajiri has a compilation of the exercise in the state.
Today's local council election in Rivers State represents a milestone to the restoration of democratic governance at the grassroots level in the state.
The process has been peaceful, and from the turnout and from the conduct of all who are involved, those voting and those who are conducting the elections, I believe at the end of the day, we should have something that we are proud of.
We have to thank Mr. President for taking the bold step to make sure that this election is conducted. First of all, if election is not conducted, you know that Supreme Court has said there's nothing like caretaker committees in local government, and if there are no elected people, it means that funds will not come from the federation account.
Come out to exercise my franchise, which I have voted. I'm equally here to defend my vote.
My thought is that it's free election. There's no problem. Everyone is coming out. You can see I've done my own right, and it's free and fair.
This election is setting the foundation for the proper return of democracy to Rivers State.
The elections for local government chairmen and councillors was credible, free, fair and transparent. I must commend RISEC for a job well done. The materials arrived on time. The voting was orderly. People queued up. In fact, there's massive turnout.
We're happy that our people are out here performing their civic duty. And I think this is a testament to the incredible campaign that we ran.
The people now are prepared to transmit into the proper democratic process, and you can see it everywhere you have gone to. Voting has gone on seamlessly.
The electoral umpire adopted manual technology in its accreditation, sorting and counting process. The election is expected to produce 319 councillors and 23 council chairmen. In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News. In a significant political shift, hundreds of supporters from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and the African Democratic Congress, ADC, in Yagba West local government area have defected to the All Progressives Congress, APC, marking what's mainly described as the end of opposition politics in the area. Speaking on behalf of the new APC members, Chief Abayomi Oju expressed their reasons for the mass defection, citing the outstanding performance of the governor, His Excellency Ahmed Usman Ododo. Addressing the decampees, Honorable Tosin Olokun, chairman of the Yagba West Local Government and Kogi State Algon, expressed his gratitude to the new members for choosing the APC, reaffirming that the governor was fully supportive of their decision. The mass defection is seen as a major boost for the APC in Kogi State, signaling the growing strength of the ruling party as the 2027 election approach. The event was graced by party leaders as well as elected and appointed government officials at all levels. The Vice President of the Republic of Colombia, Francia Marquez, have arrived in Nigeria on a 3-day official visit. Accompanied by her husband and cabinet ministers, the Colombian vice president was received at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, by federal government delegation. Key highlights of the visit is the signing of memoranda of understanding in strategic areas of the economy, including women empowerment, trade, aviation, manufacturing, agriculture, among others. The visit will also feature a plenary session on Nigeria-Colombia Business Forum and other side events. Nigeria and Singapore have stepped up to bolster economic relations with the activation of their bilateral investment treaty and investment promotion, as well as protection and agreement. The agreement, which came into force on August 22nd, establishes a legal framework to safeguard investments and boost cooperation in infrastructure, technology, and sustainable development. The move was confirmed by Nigeria's Foreign Minister Yusuf Tuga when he participated in the 5th Singapore-Africa Ministerial Exchange visit in Singapore. The engagement underscores Nigeria's commitment to leveraging international partnerships for economic growth and development. The minister, in a statement, highlighted that the trade volume between Singapore and Africa has surged by over 50%, reaching $18.7 billion. Yusuf Tuga noted that the forum focused on providing a legal framework to safeguard investments. Tuga also stated that he held discussions with Singapore's Prime Minister Lawrence Wong and Minister Grace Fu, emphasizing Nigeria's role as a hub for investment and regional stability. The Ministry of Women Affairs has launched an empowerment program, Women Agro Value Expansion Initiative, aimed at expanding the scope of women farmers in the nation's agro-value chain. Ngozi Technical reports that the First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, represented by the wife of the Vice President, Nana Shettima, emphasized the critical role of women in the federal government's food security agenda.
Represented by the wife of the Vice President, Nana Kashim Shettima, acknowledged the enormous potential of women in the agricultural value chain. She noted that equipping women with modern agricultural techniques will translate to abundant food, given that women make up 70% of the workforce in the nation's agricultural sector.
Nigeria is blessed with abundant land and natural resources, and we must utilize these blessings to ensure food security for all our citizens. I applaud the recent ban on the exportation of shea butter nuts by Mr. President, as this directly impacts our women, who make up the 95% of pickers and local processors.
The Minister of Women Affairs explained that based on the farming methods and approaches the women were exposed to, the program will indeed be a game changer in boosting food production.
It's designed to address the systematic barriers that women face in the agro space so that they're not just participating, but they're actually making a lot of money. That is Mr. President's goal. In doing so, in ensuring that women are economically empowered, we can address our social, political, and economic challenges that we face as women in Nigeria.
It empowers them with access to finance, modern technology, training, markets, and enabling them to move beyond production to processing.
We are going to cascade this training knowledge we have learned here to our community. We came here, we unlearn, we relearn, and learn, so that we have now dropped all the olden modern ways of farming. We have now picked the modern one.
The women were trained on greenhouse farming, preservation, processing, and marketing, and would be closely monitored after empowerment to ensure success. In Abuja, Ngozi Technique, NTA News.
Kogi State's Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo has directed all commissioners and the government's highest-ranking political appointees in each local government area, as well as all appointed government officials under his administration, to immediately return to their respective LGAs to carry out official duties and lead grassroots mobilization in the ongoing continuous voter registration CVR exercise. The directive, which takes effect from Monday, September 1st, 2025, was issued via a circular from the Office of the Secretary to the Government of Kogi State, Dr. Mrs. Folashade Arike Ayoade. According to the circular, all the appointees of government are to participate in the exercise under the coordination of the highest-ranking appointee from each local government. Appointees are expected to coordinate registration mobilization efforts at ward level and submit a comprehensive report at the end of mobilization period, detailing the number of new voters registered in their respective wards and local government councils. The directive also stipulates that any appointee who wishes to leave their LGA during this period must obtain written approval from the Secretary to the state government or face disciplinary action. A statement issued to newsmen on Saturday by the Kogi State Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Femi Fanwo, reaffirmed the administration's commitment to deepening grassroots governance and ensuring massive voter participation in the electoral process. The Ministry of Interior retreats at Zuma Rock Resort has ended with signatures. The minister and heads of agencies he supervises putting ink to paper, sealing performance contracts for the year ahead. Victor Azu reports that the handshake accompanying each signature signals both trust and expectation.
Day 3 and the stock taking gives way to signatures. Performance contracts now inked into obligation. Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo called it accountability in action. His tone was firm but grateful. Progress has been made, he says, but in the year ahead, the bar is higher. And to the Federal Fire Service, with the Controller General barely 2 weeks in office, the charge was pointed. Leadership will be measured by the blazes fought and the lives saved.
I want to see a fire service that will be able to regulate and be able to enumerate the sector. And I want to see a fire service that will be judged by the number of assets saved. And I want to see a fire service that is more vibrant and will be a major employer of labor.
Asked what Nigerians can expect, the paramilitary chiefs pledged that Nigerians will see and feel the difference in safety, security and reform.
We are going to see a lot of improvements. We are going to reel out our detailed operational, strategies.
We have to go back and sit down and see how we can strengthen mechanisms that will make us begin to perform and give value to our jobs.
By the next retreat, definitely there will be positive impact, and Nigerians will know that there is a new fire service in place.
From the shadow of Zuma Rock, the Ministry of Interior must now turn symbolism into service, proving that strength lies not in words, but in results that touch everyday Nigerian lives. In Abuja, Victor Azu, NTA News.
A short break, more reports when we return. Stay with us.
Every component is crafted with care, and each design is meticulously tested. From concept to creation, our engineers push the boundaries of technology, seamlessly blending performance and sustainability with a deep commitment to African ingenuity. Introducing the CNG Boss, a remarkable achievement in engineering designed to operate on compressed natural gas, a cleaner and more sustainable fuel alternative. At Innocent Vehicles, we proudly lead the way in creating greener mobility across Africa. And it doesn't stop there. From SUVs to sedans, spacious buses to electric cars, Innocent offers a wide range of models designed to meet every need. Innocent Vehicle, the pride of African Road.
This is NTA News 24.
At a recent summit organized by the Life Camp Youth Association, young voices took center stage in shaping the future of their communities. The event served as a platform for discussing leadership in governance, business, and community initiatives with a strong focus on tackling the growing issue of drug abuse among Nigerian youth. Dennis Temple tells us more.
As part of our organization's focus and objective in reigniting honor in leadership and empowering the future minds.
Participants at the summit did not just talk, they dove into brainstorming practical and actionable solutions to address the alarming rise in drug dependency. What stood out was a clear call for more youth involvement, pushing for a real change in society. The discussions were not just about talking the talk, but they are walking the walk to lead by example and inspire positive change within communities.
In a sustainable economy, ethical leadership, accountability, discipline, and compassion are essential.
Any youth that gets his or herself involved in drugs could have a psychological consequences. It could affect whatever thing that youth want to do.
With the theme, the role and impact of traditional rulers, religious clerics, women and youths in building a sustainable economy, the summit moved beyond just rhetorics.
But drug abuse is a very big issue in Nigeria today, and Life Camp is not excluded.
It's good to engage the youth, to put them on positive track. You know, a whole lot of youth are going astray.
But what we're trying to do is this, trying to create a room which we would get them engaged, enlighten them, sensitize them, because you can't actually eliminate drug abuse by force.
I think these few ideas and these few moments I actually stayed here, I actually got this pretty good idea.
The highlight was the panel session where many participants were encouraged to gain confidence and turn their ideas into action in their local areas. In Abuja, Dennis Temple, NTA News.
The National Orientation Agency, NOAA Abuja chapter, has commenced campaign on national reorientation in 5 thematic areas. The director of the agency in the FCT, Acharu Opalua, is leading the campaign through the major streets in the city center of Abuja. They marched, persuading students and other youth to take advantage of the NEL Fund scheme and other government agencies towards improving education, youth development and job creation nationwide. At the marketplace, they spoke in different Nigerian languages, urging citizens to be aware of their environment and imbibe the culture of security consciousness, as well as internalizing national values and getting the correct and required information regarding disaster preparedness, especially on flood mitigation.
Preparedness, security awareness, Nigerian identity project and national symbols, extreme sign-out practice in schools.
To also discourage the attitude of unnecessary spendings during students' graduation ceremonies and other relevant activities going on in schools is part of reasons for the campaign. Other areas of sensitization is highlighting include the need for citizens to understand the values attached to the national identities and symbols in order to accord them the required respect. As Nigeria charts pathways to the rising challenge of waste management, stakeholders in the waste and scrap sectors have unveiled a renewed commitment to turn waste into wealth. Steve Lonai Nwakolo reports that with heaps of waste clogging streets, drains and landfills, recyclers now see opportunity where many see only waste.
Nigeria generates over 32 million tons of waste each year, with Lagos contributing more than 13,000 tons daily. But only a fraction is properly collected. The rest clog drains, pollutes water, or is burned in the open. Now, recycling industries working with stakeholders are showing that waste can be more than just a problem. It can be a resource. The newly elected national president of North Sudan, who will pilot the affairs of the union with 13 other elected officers for the next 4 years, says waste management is already creating jobs, from collectors to processors, and with more training and investment, the sector could grow even bigger.
The union are passing through challenges, especially in the local states, where some of our members are being humiliated. These are some of the things I am going to climb down to make sure our members in the various states of the Federation will easily load their scrap to end-user company without spending money on illegal taxation on the highway.
We have one goal: taking people from poverty, creating jobs.
With the right commitment, stakeholders believe Nigeria can turn waste into wealth and even lead Africa in recycling innovation. In Onitsha, Steve Lonai Nwakolo, NTA News.
Significant milestone has been recorded by the administration of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu within the past 2 years. As stakeholders in Kogi State laud his reform initiative, taking bold steps to confront the challenges facing the nation. This was part of public enlightenment program on achievements of the present administration held in Lokoja, Kogi State. Ajibola Christopher has the details.
The time report of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu's regime became necessary to review the performance of his administration within the past 2 years. Head of Federal Center in Lokoja, Sabina Abalaka, says President Ahmed Tinubu's administration took bold steps in confronting economic challenges facing the country, beginning with the removal of fuel subsidy, leading to an increase in fuel price, noting that it was necessary in order to set the country on the path of sustainable growth.
It is our sincere expectation that sooner than later, the joy of the economy recovery, growth and sustainability development will wipe away the tears of leadership from the face of Nigerians.
In his paper presentation, former Director, Federal Information Lokoja Center, Lawal Karim Shaibu, speak on the milestone achievements of the present administration to include repositioning the steel sector as an industrial hub for economic diversification, which will provide over 500,000 jobs, construction of 5 mini LNG plants, provision of student loans for tertiary institutions, investment of over 500 billion naira in the agricultural sector, and the pension reforms, among others.
For the first time in this country, we have a government that has gone down to the world level to ensure that economic actors and actresses in every world is affected, is supported, is giving grants, is giving equipment and every other thing. And if that happens, that is going to grow the economy.
We agree the image of the country is improving, the economy is improving, foreign exchange has greatly improved, thereby stabilizing the dollar exchange. That policy is working, but it will be more better if it comes down to the grassroots.
We should expect more of what our president will do to us and what our governor Ododo will do to us.
Stakeholders are of the opinion that nation building is never without sacrifices, saying the current challenges faced as a nation will soon give way for prosperity under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. Ajibola Christopher, NTA News.
We end the news here. Thanks for being a part of it. I am Comfort Fashim.